Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Vidja Game Hunting. Today I'm going to recap all of my pickups that I haven't already put into a video from October. Sadly, we're going into November here and garage sale season is completely done in my area. So we'll start off with the last of my garage sale finds for the year. Not the best final note, but not too bad here. I will show some clip of the first sale I stopped at. This is the antique store that I've mentioned several times at this point, but I got to actually film the other part of the store that I haven't gotten to capture video in before, or the sale, I should say. So yeah, here, take a look. So as you can see, there was some cool stuff, the Odyssey 2, the Atari XE, but that stuff was really overpriced and it's been sitting there for quite a while actually. Those have been at all the sales I've been to this summer. The other half of the sale is in the guy's garage right behind the shop, and that's where he has all the games. It was just packed though. I got there right when they opened at 8, and there was no way I was going to be able to film. And it was mostly just the same stuff I've shot before. There wasn't a lot of standout titles, but there were a few Nintendo NES games that I wanted to pick up. I don't know if I really mentioned it, but when I started collecting again, heavily 2-3 years ago, the NES was my focus, and I feel like I hadn't gotten to pick up a lot of games for the NES this summer, so I wanted to make sure I got the opportunity to grab as many as I could before the end of the garage sale season. So I can start off with those here. I picked up nothing special, but a few games I didn't have that were cheap that I wanted to get in my collection. So first off, I've got Stealth, Breakthrough, Freedom Force, which is a light gun game. It's actually surprisingly good. Back to the Future, not a great game, but still kind of cool. And then Conan, which I didn't know anything about this. I just loved the movie as a kid. This is a god-awful game though. And then Golgo 13, Top Secret Episode. And then the last NES game I got was One in a Box, which is the best part about the sales. They always have some boxed games. So Box Complete, I got the Chess Master, which I don't know who they're trying to appeal to with this box art. Like, you've got the oldest man alive to entice children in, apparently. And then, but wait, you get a U.S. Chess Federation membership offer enclosed. Score! Terrible, terrible box art and terrible wannabe promo on there. A couple Genesis games. I got Tailspin, which I I actually don't like as much as the NES game. I don't think the NES game is anything special. And then Championship Pro-Am, which is pretty similar to RC Pro-Am on the NES. I think there's maybe a couple more cars in it, slightly better graphics, but nothing amazing. So that was it for my first garage sale score of that day, and then I had no luck at the other sales. Got to one last sale before I headed home, and I walked in, there was nothing special, really nothing game-wise. I just happened to notice a couple games under some CDs, and I found a couple games for 25 cents each. I ended up buying something that was non-video game related, and he just threw the games in for free, so these are free games essentially. I got Animal Crossing for the DS, no manual, and the game's a little beat up, but still, great deal. And Left 4 Dead 2. So that was a nice little bonus. The thing that sucks with that one though is I asked them if they had any more games because I figured they didn't care about their games, obviously, if they're selling them that cheap. And of course, you know, you get the, oh, I've got the box of NES stuff and we've got a GameCube and everything, but it's at a different house, you know. But if you want it, you know, we can get it for you later. And I left them a number, and same old thing, you never hear back, which is always just disappointing. Okay, so now we're done with garage sale stuff. Everything else you're going to see here, well, I've got some clearance pickups at the end, but everything else you're going to see pretty much is pawn shop finds. So I'll start off with my regular pawn shop that I go to, Pawn America. I got, for Super Nintendo, Tiny Toons Buster Bust Loose. Excite Bike, which was owned by Jose Sanchez apparently, and John Darling, so that one's been around. Bugs Bunny in Crazy Castle. The original Ninja Gaiden. Rad Racer. Mickey Mousecapade. WrestleMania. Now some of these are duplicates for me, I've already got them. Some of them will be like label upgrades, and then others will just be something I'll use for trade because I got a good deal on them. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What is this? TNC Surf Designs. Ghostbusters 2. I don't know why I picked this one up. I've never seen it before. I don't normally grab sports games, but I'm trying to get as many NES games as I can. Obviously, a complete collection is probably not realistic, but I grabbed this one anyway. It's Little League Baseball, which isn't made by SNK, so it's pretty similar, as you might expect, to Baseball Stars, which I actually enjoy. Great find here. Kid Icarus. I've been looking for this one forever. Happy to finally get it. Label's a little beat up, but that's okay for now. The original Ghostbusters, and my favorite find for the NES anyway, the gold cart version of Legend of Zelda. I have the gray one, and I have the gold cart for Zelda 2, so now I've got both gold carts on the NES, which is awesome. Let's see. Next pawn shop pickups here. This is a case of, you've always got to check those stores that you go to and regularly, you know, you go to them regularly and you never find anything, you always end up walking out empty-handed. Just a perfect case of you got to be persistent because you never know. So this is a pawn shop that I never find anything at. They're always overpriced. They never have anything good anyway. I just happened to check them over my lunch hour, and they were running a special where anything with a sticker, you can see the different colored stickers, was either $1, $2, or 50 cents. So you're going to see everything you see here. I think I got 8 games. I think this cost me $7 was all. I'll start off with the PlayStation stuff. San Francisco Rush. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Love those games. Missing the manual, but that's okay. Sega Bass Fishing for the Dreamcast. Always nice to get a Dreamcast game. Jet X2O, sort of like SSX, but with jet skis. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. To me, that's kind of where the series started falling off. Headhunter, which I've always really wanted to play because this was such a hyped game that was supposed to be released on the Dreamcast, and then the Dreamcast died and it never got released in North America. It did come out in PAL regions, I think, in Japan maybe, but I think it's supposed to be a pretty decent game. It got a PlayStation 2 release as well, obviously. Jack 3, those are great games. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, which honestly, it's less of a volleyball game and it's more dress up and breast physics simulator. And Brute Force, which I believe was a pretty hyped game that just kind of fell flat. Last pawn shop pickups here. Got a Platinum GameCube controller. which will go with my Platinum GameCube. I didn't have one to match it, so that's awesome. Billy Hatcher, a game that I didn't even realize came out. Sonic Gems collection for the GameCube. I had no idea that this was ever released. I knew there was like the Mega Collection. I had never seen this, so I grabbed it, and I think it's fairly uncommon, so I'm happy to get that. And then, speaking of the Sonic Mega Collection, I found that too. Might as well pick that up since they the other one. The only thing I'm kind of curious about is it says only for GameCube in here, and I know this came out for the PlayStation 2, and I think the Xbox. I'm not 100% sure on that, so if somebody knows why that says that, let me know. And then Shinobi for the PlayStation 2, which I've played before. It's a pretty decent game. And then my last couple items here, I traded for this. I didn't find it in a shop. I got a copy of Ordine, I don't know, for the TurboGrafx, which is kind of it's a cool side-scrolling shooter, kind of a cute 'em up, I guess. Cute, colorful graphics. And then the last two items were some clearance items I found at Kmart. I don't know what Kmart's doing nationally, but at least in my area, the two stores that we've got seem to be liquidating their games. I don't think they're really going to be carrying games anymore. It's going to be kind of like what happened with Sears, where you go into a Sears now, and instead of having a game section, it's literally like 1 or 2 systems and maybe 3 copies of the newest released game. And I think that's the way they're going. They seem to be selling everything out, and they're not replenishing the shelves. So I don't know where that's going to end up, which is kind of disappointing because it's a great place to find clearance games, but also probably why they're not going to do it anymore. So for the Wii, for $4, I got Truth or Lies, Someone Will Get Caught. Comes with a microphone. And if you couldn't tell by the 800 stickers on there, yes, I did in fact get this on clearance. And then a pretty nice find actually for the Wii U. I got Batman Arkham Origins, and this one was $12, so not a bad pickup at all. That's everything, guys. That gets me through all my pickups from October, so thanks for sticking around and watching, and I'll talk to everybody next time.